Hi everyone, this is Jared from the Cardboard of the Rings podcast, and welcome to my playtest of the first deck in the Decks of Dwarrowdelf cycle. In the deck, I've put in two proxy cards. I've put in Bomber here as a proxy for this chap, Master of the Forge. Oops. And I've also put in Nor Am I a Stranger as a proxy for the card Mirrorvor. Okay, Master of the Forge is a lore ally. He's cost 2, 0 willpower, 0 attack, 1 defense, and 1 hit point. He's a Noldor and Craftsman and has the ability action exhaust Master of the Forge to search the top 5 cards of your deck for any one attachment and add it to your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. And Mirrorvor, which is a 1-cost spirit attachment of type item. It attaches to a hero and it has the action discard Mirrorvor to choose 2 ready attached hero, add 1 resource to attached hero's resource pool, attached hero gets +1 willpower until the end of the round, or put Mirrorvor on the top of your deck. Okay, so I'll be using Bomber as Master of the Forge and Nor Am I a Stranger as Mirrorvor. The other change I've made to the deck is that I have included Imladris Stargazer. And to do that, I got rid of Faramir, Dwarven Tomb, and one other card that escapes me at this point in time. But anyway, I have 3 Imladris Stargazers in the deck as well. Okay, this little playtest is going to be against the Watcher in the Water. The reason I've chosen this one is because it can be a bit of a difficult quest and it has a few enemies in it. And one of the things I've found with this deck is it can struggle a bit against enemies. So I wanted to try it out against a quest that was going to challenge it a bit. Anyway, I'll get started. So I have my 3 heroes. Beravor, who obviously produces lots of card draw for me. Bilbo Baggins, who again will produce card draw for me because I'm the only player in a solo game. I'll get that extra draw card at the beginning of each turn. And then good old Biffa, who can be quite handy in this. One, because he can draw resources off the others, and once he's got a couple of songs on him, you can then use him to draw a resource off to play some of the other cards. And the other reason is that for those of you who've watched my little tutorial, you can essentially get an infinite power lock going with him using Beravor and a couple of other cards, but watch the other video, you'll get the idea. Anyway, let's start off. I have a starting threat of 26. So we'll set that, and then I'll draw my opening hand. And have a quick look. It's not too bad, but I'm going to mulligan anyway. There we go. Well, interesting, but not exactly what I was hoping for. Nevertheless, first turn I get to draw 2 cards. And we'll add a resource to everyone. Okie dokie then. Right, we'll set up the quest and reveal 1B, which says when revealed, reveal cards from the encounter deck and add them to the staging area until there is at least X threat in the staging area. X is twice the number of players in the game. So in my case, it'll be 2. When revealed, the first player's attached warp to a hero he controls counts as a tentacle attachment. With the text limit 1 per hero, attached hero cannot exhaust already. At the end of the round, discard attached hero from play. A combat action, exhaust a hero you control without a tentacle attachment to discard wrapped. Well, there we go. So we'll stick that on. Poor old Bilbo. Luck of the draw, eh? Still looking for my 2, and there it is. And we've revealed Thrashing Tentacle. It says, when Thrashing Tentacle is attacked, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If that card has a shadow effect or is a tentacle, enemy deal the damage from the attack to one character an attacking player controls, ignoring defense. So, very nasty. So we'll stick him out here. Rightio, time to play some cards. Alright, so I don't have any spirits, so none of those guys are going out. Okay, what I might do is for one, play Protector of Lorien, and then I'm going to drop out my Master of the Forge, aka Bomber, for 2. Then I'm going to exhaust him, look at the top 5 cards of my deck, and I'm going to take a condition from there into my hand. Then I'll shuffle the rest. And then I'm going to play that condition that I just got, Love of Tales. On Biffa. Okie dokie. Then I'm going to quest with Biffa. Reveal a card. Okay, I've revealed Warglare. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 copy of Mountain Warg and add it to the staging area of Fable. Shuffle the encounter deck. Well, you know what I said about lots of enemies? Here they come. And grab 1 Mountain Warg. Shuffle everything else. And so now I have a combined threat of 5. This is my 2. So I'm going to discard a Rivendell Minstrel, a Song of Kings, which boosts me up to 4. I'm still 1 short. I'm going to take that threat, go up to 27. Then travel. I will travel to the Warg Lair. Engagement. Thrashing Tentacle is going to engage me. Okay. Well, this is going to be quite painful, isn't it? I'm going to have to take an undefended attack. Shadow card, nothing. Does 3 damage, which I'll give to Beravor. Ouch. And then I'm going to exhaust Beravor to get rid of a tentacle. Goes to the discard as well. And we are done. Ready everything up. I'll draw 2 cards. That's quite handy. I'll play Love of Tales on Bilbo. I'll then, whoops, I suppose I should give my guy some resources first. I will then play Song of Kings on Biffa, costing 1 resource, and then giving 1 resource, and then give 1 to our friend here. I'm going to exhaust him to look at the top 5 cards. Should have done that before I played my song. Never mind. And looking for an attachment. There we go. I shall take that. I'll draw a resource off of Bilbo onto Biffa, playing Steward of Gondor for 2. Okay, so takes 2. Then I'll perpetually exhaust Steward of Gondor and give him back his 2 resources. Okay, I'll then pay 2 for Warden of Healing, exhausting him to remove 1 damage from poor old Beravor, and then I'll pay another 1 for an Erebor Record Keeper, leaving me with 1. And then it's time to quest again. Okay, and again we'll throw in Biffa, this time Erebor Record Keeper. Reveal a card. Okay, Perilous Swamp. Ouch. 4. And has the text, no more than 1 progress token can be placed on Perilous Swamp each round. It has a threat value of 4. I still have 2 from the Mountain Wargs, which is 6. Okay, I have a total of 3 committed. This is not going to work so good. And I think I'm going to have to, well, discard Will of the West. Give me 1 more, so I've got a total of 4. I didn't increase my threat last turn by 2. Discard that. And that'll give me 5 versus 6, so yep, goes up 1. It went up 1 last round to 28. So the Mountain Wargs still don't engage. We're getting attacked, so I'll exhaust Bilbo. Shadow card, no effect. So 3 versus his 2 defense, it's 1 damage. And then I'll exhaust Beravor. Draw 2 cards. And then I'm all done. Ready everyone up. And then I draw 2 cards, increase my threat by 1. Okay, I'll play for 0, Love of Tails. Oops. Onto Beravor. I'll exhaust my Master of the Forge to look at the top 5 cards, looking for a song, and there it is, and it's the only one. Drawing that to hand, reshuffle everything else. Oops, I keep forgetting my resources. Throw on Biffa for the Steward of Gondor. I'll then play 1 to put that on him. I will take that from, let's take it from Beravor, and she gets it back anyway. Another one on Bilbo, another one on Biffa. I'm then going to play Gandalf, and I'm going to nuke the Mountain Warg for 4 damage. And then, well, let's exhaust him, and we'll take a damage off there and a damage off there. So I only have 1 damage left on Beravor, none on Bilbo. I'll play another copy of Bomba, aka Master of the Forge. I'll then exhaust that, look at the top 5 cards. Oops, sorry, take some resources here. 2, and five for good old Gandalf. And we'll look at the top 5 cards. Actually, I'll just shuffle them. I can't remember if I shuffled them last time, so I'll shuffle them just to make sure. Looking for an attachment, and there's only one. Protector of Lorien. Well, not such a bad one. Do have the Hammersmith next turn, which I can use to get an attachment back, and I do have 1 song in my discard, so I'll be getting that back next turn. Maybe. Shuffle the deck again. This time I remember I did shuffle. And we're good to go. So, questing. Questing we shall. Before I do, I might just drop that Protector of Lorien. Oops, keep doing that. On Bilbo, just as a precaution. Then for questing, I'll commit Biffa, Erebor Record Keeper, and why not Beravor, and reveal a card. When revealed, the first player must discard 3 resources from each hero he controls. Well, I only have 1, so it's gone. And so is that. So I have a total of 4 threat in the staging area versus the 2, 3, 4, 5. Versus the 5 that I committed. I only have one card that I could discard. It's not really going to do anything. I'll just put one progress. One progress on the current location I'm exploring. That'll stay. Okay, now Thrashing Tentacle attacks. I will defend again with Bilbo. It attacks. Shadow card is no effect. It goes. It's 3 versus my 2. Okay, it's not going to kill him, so I don't need to buff his defense. I'll let him take that 1 damage because I can get rid of it next turn anyway. And then I'm going to try and attack with Gandalf. Revealing the top card, and it is Shadow Effect. Oh joy. Okay, so if we go back, his ability was, if the card revealed has a shadow effect or a tentacle enemy, deal the damage from that attack to one character an attacking player controls, ignoring defense. Well, I'm going to do it to Gandalf. Ignores his defense and it kills him. He was going anyway, so he's dead. Right. Not exactly what I had in mind, but still worth a try. And end of the turn. Ready everyone up. Add 1 threat. And draw 2 cards. And resource time. 1, 1, and 3. Using a good old Steward of Gondor. There we go. Okay, and I did get a song, so that's always good. But I'm going to pay my Erebor Hammersmith for 2, dropping 1 there, 1 there, and I'm going to look at my discard, taking the topmost attachment, which is a Song of Kings, to hand. And then I'll play that Song of Kings for 1 onto good old Bilbo, and that'll cost 1 resource, so I'll take that off of Beravor, and then she gets a resource, Bilbo gets a resource, and so does our friend Biffa, which is good. I'm then going to exhaust Warden of Healing and remove a damage from Beravor and from Bilbo, so they're both fully healed. And I'm going to exhaust one of my Masters of the Forge. Look at the top 5 cards. And looking for an attachment, which there are none. So they all go back, but I do shuffle the deck. So shuffle away. We'll exhaust the other master, see if we have better luck. Looking at the top 5 cards. And this time we do. Don't really need those songs, but I will take another Durin's song, which is not an attachment, so I won't be taking that. Ooh, Spirits are always handy. I already have 2 Song of Kings, so I'll take the Song of Travel. And having done that, I will then pay 1 to put that Song of Travel onto good old Bilbo, costing a resource, which I'll take from Beravor. So she goes down 1, then she gets 1, Bilbo gets 1, and Bomber gets 1. That's pretty good. Okay, still got the 4 here that I need to get through. Okay, I'm going to exhaust Beravor, take a bit of a risk, draw 2 cards. Okay, that's not so bad. Got a Song of Kings and Haldir. That's quite good. So we'll play the Song of Kings on Beravor for 1. So she goes down 1, then she gets 1. 1 to Bilbo and 1 to Biffa. I will then play my Haldir of Lorien for 4. And just in case I get another card come up which makes me discard my 3 from each, I will get rid of 1 from her, other 3 there, so that way at least I should save 2 resources from Biffa if that card comes up again, which means I'll still be able to play my Durin's Song if I wish. Okay, then for questing. Alright, questing, I'll commit 1, 2, 4, and interesting. Well, I really need to get this thing out of the staging area, so I'll get rid of that as well. And then that'll be a total of 6. Reveal an encounter card. And what do you know? When revealed, the first player must discard 3 resources from each hero he controls. Well, I'm glad I left all 5 on him, so I still have 2 left. Not too bad. Alright, so Perilous Swamp's still there for 4. I committed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to try and generate some more resources. I'm going to pay 1 off of him, then add it back, and then give my other 2 heroes 1 resource each, give it another 2. So that gives me a total of 8 versus 4. So 4 carry over. 2 go on there. And it's then done and discarded. And its ability said that after Warglare leaves players in an explored location, each player draws a card. So I'll draw a card. Hey, just what I needed. And then travel. I'm going to travel here to get that 4 threat out. And that's it for travelling. Okay, defending. I'll defend with poor old Bilbo. And we deal a shadow card. No shadow effect, so that goes to discard. It does 3. He's got 2 defense. I'll take that 1 damage again because I know I can get rid of it straight away next turn. And I'm done. Ready everything up. Increase my threat. Draw my 2 cards. And then give everyone a resource. 3 on good old Biffa using Steward of Gondor. And okay, let's get rid of that damage straight away. So Wound of Healing goes, and then damage is gone. Alright, I will then play my Ladris Stargazer for 2, again, because I do have Song of Travel here. I'll get rid of it off him, again, leaving as many resources as I can on Biffa, so that if I do run into that damn treachery again, I should be able to keep a few resources. So I'll try and get rid of them off the guys that are going to lose their resources anyway. So 2 off of there. Then I will exhaust her, looking at the top 5 cards. Okie dokie, 5. And we look at them. Okay, there's an attachment, another attachment, another attachment. Okay. Gildor would come in handy. I can get one of those attachments using my Master of the Forge, so I'll leave them lower down. Okay. I might take those two. Ooh. And this is quite interesting, because I could really do with that card. Him I'll definitely take. Yeah, I'll take that, and that way I can keep defending with Bilbo each turn. And then if this guy does manage to get a shadow effect, it's just going to nullify it, which will make Bilbo a much stronger defender. Alright, I'll leave it as that. Put it back. Exhaust Beravor. Drawing 2. So getting those 2. Then I'm going to exhaust my good friend. Looking at the top 5 again. Already knowing that there is going to be an attachment there. Another song. There's a few of these in there, my Miravor proxy, so I'll leave that. So there should still be a couple in. That could be handy. Do I need a lot of resources? Do I need this one? Well, that could turn good old Biffa there into an absolute machine. Or I could ready Beravor again to draw 2 more cards. Tough call. Well, I might use this and the Nor Am I a Stranger just to take advantage of Biffa's ability to pump things up. Actually, no, I'll leave that there. I'll take this one. And then shuffle. What I'm hoping is that I get one of those Miravor proxies now when I exhaust my second Master of the Forge. So we'll look at the top 5 again. And what do you know? None. So we'll shuffle those. Only 21 cards left though. Alrighty. So, first thing I'll do is I'll play this to get some more resources. We'll take one off of Beravor, and then add one to Bilbo, and add one to good old Biffa. So he's now +2, +2, +2. That goes. I'll then play good old Gildor and Glorian for 5. Again, taking as many as I can from the guys who are going to lose their stuff. Probably not going to make any difference this turn because I'm going to get rid of all my resources. So we'll play that. Oops. For 2. And then we'll put the Celebrian Stone for the last 2. So it didn't really make that much difference in the end. But that does give me a lot of questing ability. So, time to quest. Alright. So we'll go 3. I don't want to overquest because I can only put one on here anyway. And it means the rest of them just burn off. So we might keep him. Might keep these two ready. And we'll just go with good old Biffa and his 2 dwarven mates. That's for a total of 4. I can discard a card if I need to boost that up a bit. Reveal. Okay, Grasping Tentacle, which has Forced ability: when grasping tentacle is attacked, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If that card is a shadow effect or is a tentacle enemy, attach this card to an attacking character as a tentacle attachment with the text attached character's attack and defense are reduced to 0. Interesting. Right, well, so that gives me 2. I had 4. Only 1 can go on. Bit of a pain. So 1 goes on there. I pass. This then engages me. So I have the 2. Okay, so here's 3. Here's 3. Take my pick. I will exhaust Bilbo against Thrashing Tentacle. And we'll give it a shadow card. And no effect. So again, even if it had an effect, it wouldn't do anything. I'll just take the 1 damage, because I know I can get rid of it next turn. This is where it gets interesting. Well, let's see if we can get this thing out. I will block. I'll block with Gildor. And shadow card. Does nothing. 3 attack, 3 defense, nothing happens. I'll then attack that tentacle, revealing the top card. Has a shadow effect. If it has a shadow effect or is a tentacle enemy, attach this card to an attacking character as a tentacle attachment with the text attached character has no attack and no defense. That's actually not too bad because it sucks it out there. I don't have to worry about it attacking anymore. So it's just an attachment. It means I can just now keep on questing with him. And that goes to the discard. And threat goes up 1. Everybody readies. And we're ready to keep on going. Eventually, once I get through this, I might be able to put some stuff on here. Anyway, threat's already been marked up. Draw 2 cards. It's interesting. And we're good to go. First up, I will exhaust. Resources. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Exhausting the steward. And then I will exhaust Imladris. Look at the top 5 cards. Okay, Unexpected Courage, that's quite handy. A song. Okay, I've got nothing to sneak attack, so I won't worry about that. Nor am I a stranger. I'll put that there. And then we'll exhaust Beravor. Let me re-look at those again. Let me swap that around a bit. I will. Put those 2 there. Right. Done. Then we'll exhaust Beravor. Draw 2. Funnily enough, an Unexpected Courage. And a Nor Am I a Stranger. Lucky me. And which one do we want to do first? Well, we'll put the... I'm actually going to put the Unexpected Courage on Biffa, just so that I can make use of some of these songs a bit more. Oops. So that was 2. So we will take 1 there and 1 there. I'll then play my song to boost him. So paying, well, we'll take it off of Beravor, then give it back to her. 1 to good old Bilbo, and 1 to him. And then I'll pay 1 to place that on her. And I'll take that off of Bilbo. Then I'll exhaust one of my Masters of the Forge, looking at the top 5 cards. I'll take the song attachment, shuffle the rest. I'll attach that song to Beravor for 1, and give her 1 back. 1 to Bilbo, 1 to Biffa. I will then discard my Miravor proxy to ready Beravor and give her a resource. I will then, let's see, I will play Erebor Hammersmith for 2. So we'll take 1 and 1, taking back Nor Am I a Stranger, being the top attachment to hand. I will then, let's see, let's exhaust Master of the Forge, see if there are any attachments. Actually, no. No, yeah, we will. Exhaust Master of the Forge, look at the top 5 cards. And 1 attachment, Nor Am I a Stranger, which is my Miravor proxy, obviously. Then the rest go back and we'll shuffle. So shuffle, shuffle. I'll pay 1 for Will of the West. And we'll put the discard back in. Shuffle those a couple of times. Okay, I'll exhaust Beravor. Draw 2. Nice Gandalf, quite handy. And a Rivendell Minstrel, also quite handy. Okay, but what I'm going to do is pay 1 for my Miravor proxy, discarding it to ready Beravor and give her a resource, then exhausting her, drawing another 2 cards. Handy. And then with that resource I just played to pay that I just gave her, sorry, I will play another Miravor proxy, discarding it to ready her and give her a resource. Oops, sorry, I should have taken 1 off of her to play the other one. And then I'll give her a resource. Then I'll exhaust her again to draw 2 more cards. Oh, there we go. 2 more songs. How nice. Right. Which means there's 1 left in the deck. Interesting. Right, so I have a little bit, so I'm going to pay 1 from her, give her the resource back, 1 there, 1 there. Let's boost him up by 2. Yeah, and discard that. And then I'm going to pay 5 for a Gandalf, doing 4 damage here. Flipping a card has a shadow effect. Right, and again I'll do damage to Gandalf, so he's gone. So that was 5 resources, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, sorry, Will of the West should have got in there before. Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we'll give it a shot. And then I will quest with... Well, here's an instant quester because he no longer has any attack or defense. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Sorry, before a quest I'll exhaust him to get rid of my 1 damage. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll go... why not? Actually, no, we don't need to, so I'll keep him. Revealing a card. Forced, after you travel to Makeshift Passage, place 2 progress tokens on the current quest card, bypassing the active location. Interesting. Okay, so it's 1. I had 5. 1 goes on here. It goes... There's no victory points. So it's discarded. Sorry, I had 5, so 1's gone there. 4 carry through, 1 goes on the active location, and then 3 more go through. Finally, onto the quest. Good. Now I could travel here, but then I've got to do 5 to get through it. It's only 1 threat, so I'm going to leave it where it is. Okay, attacking. Bilbo will defend again. Okay, tentacle attacks. Shadow card. It gets discarded. Even if it had a shadow effect, it wouldn't count. Then I'm going to attack with this chap who is already at 3 attack. So we'll attack. Thrashing tentacle. Reveal a card. And it's a tentacle, so I have to deal the damage to one of my characters. Well, I might get rid of him, one of my hammersmiths, so I can recycle him and draw him again and then use him to get an attachment back. Well, that was annoying, but job done. Everybody readies. Oops, threat goes up 1. I draw 2 cards and resources. Okay, and let's have a look. What do we got? Well, before I do anything else, Stargazer will exhaust to look at the top 5 cards. Well, I can get that in a minute. More card draw, always good. I think that'll do it. And we'll exhaust Beravor to draw 2. And then I will play, starting to run out of room here, Glowen for 2. And then I'll exhaust him straight away. No, I won't. I'll exhaust him straight away to look at the top 5. Because I know there's an attachment there, so I might as well get that to hand. Nor am I a stranger, which is my Mirrorville proxy. Shuffle. Then I'll exhaust him. Drawing a card. Ladris Stargazer. Excellent. Right. I'll then... Well, why not? We'll exhaust my other Master of the Forge. Top 5. Don't think there's much left in the way of attachments, but you never know. And no, there isn't. So we'll just shuffle those. I'll pay 1 to put my Mirrorville proxy out. I'll then discard it. 2, ready Beravor, give her a resource, exhaust her, draw 2 cards. And then, this is interesting. I'll get a song, I think. Shall I? For 3. I'm going to pay 1 off of her first. And give everyone a resource to boost him. So he's now 5. Then I'll play her for 3. And I'll look at all my cards and grab a song. Okay, not a lot left there. Song. And I'll pay 2 for her. Yep, 2 for her. Then I'll exhaust her. Look at the top 5. So we're going to shuffle those. Sneak attack. Okay. Move that. That should do it. And then questing. Well, I'll commit 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. I've got an idea to get rid of him. So commit him and him. So what do we do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus he's boosted, so it's 11, 12. Not bad. Reveal a card. Doomed 5. Right. And it's not when revealed, so I can't cancel it. 5. That goes. Whoops. Ah, oh, damn. Well, apologies. Before I do that, I was meant to sneak attack in Gandalf. Sorry for doing this a little bit out of order at the beginning of the phase, so I could commit him to the quest. I was going to do 4 damage here, so we'll give that a try. Actually, so that would have revealed that. So go 1. Okay, so which would have allowed the damage to go through. Okay, then he would have committed to the quest. Apologies for my little rewind. Then I would have revealed a card, which is Makeshift Passage. So I now have 2 of them for a total of 2. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus another 3 is 12, plus 4 is 16, minus 2 is 14, which gets us through the quest. Well, that's pretty cool. But we move on to 2A. And then 2B, which says, when revealed, add the Watcher to the staging area. Doors of Durin becomes the active location, moving any previous active location to the staging area. Shuffle all tentacle cards in the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. Well, that's going to be fun. So there's my active location. The Watcher is now in the staging area. And well, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. And now I've got to try and kill the Watcher or get through the Doors of Durin. Right, so let's have a look at the discard and get back all those tentacles. Okay, so tentacle, not a tentacle, 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 no, 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 yes. That's tentacle as well. Let's start from the back. It's probably a little more logical way to do it. Okay, so that's it for tentacles. So we'll shuffle them. Okay, do I want to optionally engage the Watcher? Or do I go Doors of Durin? Let's go for the kill. I'll optionally engage the Watcher. I'll exhaust Howdy as my defender. Shadow card. No shadow effect. Goes to discard. 5 damage. He's got 0 defense. He dies. goes to my discard. Tentacle goes to the discard. And then I'm going to need a fair bit to kill him yet. But he's out of the staging area, so he won't be doing 3 damage. And I've got plenty of cards that I can get in, so that I can throw under the bus to keep myself alive here. So let's see how we go. Alright. Am I going to be able to do any damage? 7 defense, no. Not enough. Gandalf gets discarded. I'll forget about attacking. I'll ready everything. Increase my threat by 1. Draw 2 cards. Now, this is interesting. Interesting indeed. Oops. Resources. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. First thing I'm going to do is pay 1 to shuffle my discard back into my deck. Discarding that. And then we will exhaust Imladris, look at the top 5 cards. Interesting. I think I'll leave it like that. Exhaust my Bearable. Draw 2. Taking those 2. Exhaust one of my Masters of the Forge proxies. We'll look at the top 5. And I'll take one of my Miraval proxies, shuffling the rest. I'll then exhaust another Imladris Stargazer to look at the top 5. And interesting. Okay, so I'll put that there, and then that, because I know I'll get all 3 of them back. And then what I'm going to do, I'll exhaust him to draw a card, another sneak attack. I will then play Nor Am I a Stranger, which is my Miraval proxy, oops, for 1, taking 1 off of her, discarding it to ready her, and give her a resource to exhaust her to draw 2. Getting those back, I'll then exhaust him to look at the top 5. Taking that back. And then shuffling. Okay, then I'll play that for 1 on her. And then I'll exhaust her, pay 1. Then I'll exhaust her. No, sorry. Then I'll discard that to ready her, to exhaust her and give her a resource. So she gets a resource back. Draw 2. Got him back. And I will then, where'd he go? Pay 2. 1 there, 1 there. Take the top attachment back. I'll then pay 1. Oops, keep doing that. Wrong key. Pay 1, put that on. I'll then discard it. Ready her, give her a resource, exhaust her, draw 2. Interesting. Keeps getting better and better. I will then pay that for 1. Taking a resource off of her. Then I'll discard it to ready her, give her a resource, exhaust her, draw 2. Man. And then, alright, what do we got left? I'll pay 1 from her, giving her 1, giving him 1, giving him 1, boosting him by 2, goes to the discard. I'll then pay another 1 from her, give her back 1, giving him 1, giving him 1. So he's now plus 4. And at the beginning of the quest phase, I'll then pay 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to bring out good old Haldir again, less tentacle. And then at the beginning of the quest phase, do I want to put him out? No, I'll save it. Oh, what the hell. Pay 1. Bring him out. At the beginning of the quest phase, I'm going to sneak attack in a Gandalf for questing, doing 4 damage to the Watcher. Then I'm going to quest for... Okay, so here's 6 now. Plus 2 is 8. So 8, 12... let's see, 12 plus another 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we'll quest for 20. Well, let's take a few of these out. So we'll make it 17. 16. Seems like more than enough, doesn't it? 16. I'll bring that in. When revealed, discard the top card of the encounter tech. If the discarded card is a tentacle enemy, add that card to the staging area and raise each player's threat by 5. I don't like that. I'm going to play a test of will for 1 to cancel that. So that effect is cancelled. Then I have a total of 1, 2, 5 threat. I had 16, so 11 go through. Progress strings is placed until it's during or instead placed on the quest card. Yeah, so 11 go through. Well, that's pretty handy. Not going to bother with the Doors of Durin effect. Okay, now Watcher attacks for 5. I'm going to defend with Bilbo. And reveal a shadow card. No shadow effect, but even if it did, Burning Brand would cancel it. It's 5 attack, is 2 defense. I'm going to discard 1. Actually, no. I'm going to discard 1, 2, 3. Raise his defense to 5, so the 5 attack bounces off. I'm going to use Unexpected Courage. Oops, sorry. Gandalf would have been discarded at the end of the questing phase to ready him. I'm going to Sneak Attack. Another Gandalf. Doing another 4 damage. And then I'm going to attack for, let's see, so he was +4, so that's 5. So let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, another 13. Versus 7 defense, gives me 4 more damage. And the Watcher is dead. And, oops. Victory points 3. Dear God, I actually won. And, sorry, I forgot to put my threat up by 1 last turn. Well, I have no idea how many turns that took me. And I thought this was really going to get hammered on by this particular quest, but as you saw, I didn't get a huge amount of enemies. I sort of had a couple early, and then there was a real drought of enemies. And by the time I did start to hit some enemies again, I had that much stuff out that I was really able to deal with it. But as you can see, it's a relatively solid deck once it gets going. Some of those turns were just endless, the amount of cards I was drawing, etc., and boosting. It's a pretty solid deck. I think Imladris Stargazer adds a lot to the deck, that ability to be able to look at the top 5 cards, order them so that you can actually draw them using Beravor here and Glowin, leaving the last 2 with your attachments so that you can then use the Master of the Forge, in this case my Bomber proxies, to then pick those cards up, which effectively allows you to get 4 cards pretty much guaranteed, and you know the order you're getting them in, which is a really solid thing, particularly if one of them turns out to be Miravor, which you can then play on Beravor to ready her again, give her back a resource, and then let her draw another 2 cards. You know, and if you got another Stargazer, as you saw in one of those turns, I got to look at the top 5 cards again, order them, let Beravor pick the top 2, and then use my second Master of the Forge proxy to get the other attachment, because I'd reordered them so that the attachments wouldn't go to Beravor. And as you saw, it got into a pretty vicious cycle. And if you watch my other video that I did about this, I actually showed you how with the 3 Love of Tales, the 3 Miravors, and the Durin songs, you can get good old Biffa here, and I was only a fraction away from getting to that point in this particular game. We get Biffa here and just keep boosting him and boosting him and boosting him in a cycle where you just keep recycling those cards back through the discard into the deck, drawing them, playing them, recycling them, drawing them, playing them. In one turn, you can get an endless loop going. So watch the other video for that if you haven't already. Anyway, a fairly successful quest. There's probably some stuff in here that I did wrong. You know, obviously I had one little take back there when I forgot to put Gandalf out, which was a reasonably crucial thing, although I don't think it would have affected the overall play of the game. But yeah, a pretty solid deck. Worked pretty well in this playthrough. I think I'm at about a 50% success rate with it, which isn't too bad. Love of Tales works great in this deck. I'm not sure if I put it in my other decks purely for the fact that those songs take a lot of space. and I don't think I can afford to actually have them in. So in my deck where I'm using a hammer, and my Noldor deck, obviously, where you don't have Durin Song to recycle, then the Love of Tales sort of loses a bit of its effectiveness. Having those Love of Songs, which you can keep recycling back out of the discard into your deck, and then drawing them again to take advantage of the Love of Tales, really makes the deck stronger. So if you're not playing with dwarves, then obviously it's a bit harder, and obviously Love of Tales lore only, so again doesn't fit the Noldor deck, doesn't fit some of the other decks, but in this particular one, in a lore deck, really strong, as you saw. Anyway, that's it for me. I got nothing else really to talk about in this particular playthrough. Next time you hear from me, hopefully will be in the next podcast, which is coming out in about another week. Catch you later.